Okay, cool. All right, so Befitting Collaborator asked, is it possible to create a Google address autocomplete with input text field? I need this in order for my users to search for locations and addresses and be able to pass it into a variable. So I think, Mark, you made a new element type that'll help with that. Can you take us through that?
Yeah. It's super simple now. So let me show my screen real quick. And when you go into elements, if you just type like autofill or autocomplete, or you can type address or input or places, it'll find this new input type and just drag that on. It's going to come unstyled. Let me move the screen stuff. So it comes unstyled. So you'll need to style it how you want. So I'll do some inline. We have a little bit, go width, say 100%, and I'll probably add a div around this. Actually, let's do just drop one of these on and put that inside. That way it'll have a max width and it'll just go. The only thing you have to do here is do a Places API key. So you do need to have that an API key from Google in order to do it. And you'll need to have, there's actually two APIs that you need to enable in there. One is the Places API and the other is the, I think it's called the JavaScript Maps or something like that API. And I can add a little bit of documentation when we actually reply to the community post on it of which ones to enable inside. If you don't have both of them enabled, then Google just doesn't do what it's supposed to do with your API key. So you'll need to basically just fill in the API key, and then when the user types, it'll work. And let me stop the share real quick, and I'm going to copy and paste an API key real quick. 1 sec, I'll be right back. Go grab it. Should have had this ready.
Super secret.
It's actually not mine. It's one of our devs because I didn't have one. And so I don't, if it was mine, I would just do it and not, it's fine. All right, so let me show my screen again. And then we'll preview it and it should just work on its own. All right, so I'm just going to go preview and select homepage because I haven't done that yet in this project. And now we've got this thing up here and we'll just do like, you can type like Austin. I started typing Austin and it's just going to pull up. And this is all just coming from Google's API. So there's nothing, I'm not doing anything special here. It's just, Google's doing all the hard work there. And you can just select one and, oh, I think my computer might be like freaking out from the screen share. But that's basically it. You just begin typing and it's going to give you a list of options and that's the whole thing. Now, if I wanted to take that value and use it in a variable after, I think that was part of the question. What we would do is add a flow. So let's make a new flow and we'll call it like change address, something like that. And we're going to add an action here of set variable. And what I'm going to do is target the root page in this case. And I'm just going to say selected address. And then in this value, we're going to get the value from the element. And you're going to get it from the autocomplete element, right? So basically what's going to happen now, I'm going to set an event on this element to where when the user, or when it changes, we're going to trigger this event, which will then set that variable. Now we won't be able to see anything when it sets the variable, so it's not really doing much there. So what I'm going to do is add one more thing. I'm going to put a button here, just so that way we can kind of see the output. We'll say click me, and I'm going to put, instead of putting it on change of the other thing, I'll put it on click here. I mean, we could do both too. And then what I'm going to do is take one more step at the end and do a set value. I'm going to put a weight between the two, and the value I'm going to set is the button value, and I'm going to get it from that variable that I'm setting, the select address. So this is weird to do because you wouldn't normally do this, but this way we can actually see the output. So whenever they click here, they select an address or they change something, or they click the button. When they click the button, it will go set the variable using that, and then I'm going to use that variable just to set it back into the button so we can see it actually occur. So if we just do that, That's it. That's all it needed to do. I clicked the button and it ran it. So that's basically it. Once the value is in the field, you can just use that value like any other value inside a builder. So I set it in a variable, but I can also just use it for anything I want, store it in data or whatever we want to do with it.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about doing it in an input field or a text field. So it would just be that instead of a button.
Yeah, you can put it anywhere you want at that point.
Perfect.
Well, cool.
I like it. Thank you.